Area rich in ethnic heritage, rich in resources, and most importantly, rich in opportunities. Originally founded in the early 1900s, our city was eventually named after Archibald Chisholm, one of the principal investors in the iron ore industry. Settlers from countries like Italy, Scandinavia, Ireland, and Yugoslavia arrived in Chisholm, bringing an interesting mix of culture and the enthusiasm needed to build a city to be proud of. Located 3.5 hours north of Minneapolis, Chisholm is serviced by State 4-lane Highway 53 and Federal 4-lane 169. Chisholm is also the gateway to Canada. Federal Highway 73 leads straight north to excellent fishing and vacation getaways. As you enter Chisholm from the east on 169, you'll be greeted by the charisma of the Bridge of Peace on Longyear Lake, featuring flags of all the nations and states. From the west, you'll be greeted by the 82-foot Iron Man statue, the third largest freestanding statue in the United States. The statue serves as a monument to our pioneer miners, the Iron Men who contributed to the building of this country during the industrial age. In Chisholm, you'll find more than just business satisfaction. Our quality of life is something you have to experience to fully appreciate. Chisholm is proud of its fine educational system. An elementary school, a junior high, and a high school provide excellent curriculums. The pupil-to-teacher ratio is lower than most metropolitan areas, making more quality time for learning. We also have 2 community colleges nearby. The exquisite architecture of our schools is appreciated by visitors and residents alike. You'll also admire the fine architecture of our Carnegie Library and of our 9 churches representing all denominations.
The athletic program at Chisholm High School offers a well-rounded selection of extracurricular activities. With their appearance at this year's state tourney, the Blue Streaks have earned 13 berths in state basketball tournament competition. To add to the accomplishments of this year's team, on February 12, 1991, Chisholm's Joel McDonald broke the boys' state all-time scoring record of Norm Grove, set in 1958.
Fans, we invite you to visit Chisholm, where you'll enjoy a comfortable lifestyle, along with a vibrant business atmosphere. You'll see for yourself that there's good reason to celebrate the opportunities.
Well, closer look at the Blue Streaks and their community. They will play for yet another state title later this afternoon.
Game of Class A boys basketball. Our game today matches the champions of Region 2A with a record of 26-2, the Chargers from Westbrook Walnut Grove. And the champions of Region 7A with a record of 28-1, the Blue Streaks from Chisholm. First, let's meet the cheerleaders from the respective schools. First, the cheerleaders from Westbrook and Walnut Grove. Lisa Bakken, J.J. Halstenson, Meredith Horning, Heather Johnson, Kelly Phillips, Shelley Wall, the Westbrook Walnut Grove cheerleaders. And now the cheerleaders from Chisholm. Holly Erickson, Melody Toldo, Heather Hodge, Chris Wallace, Angela Danielson, and Shelley Griner, the Chisholm cheerleaders. And now let's meet the Westbrook Walnut Grove reserves. First, 5'10" junior guard number 13, Kurt Bakken. 5'10" senior guard number 14, Steven Jensen. 5'9" senior guard number 21, Matt Warner. 5'9" senior guard number 22, Radislav Rusek. 6'1" senior forward number 23, Wayne Hansen. 6 foot senior forward number 30, Dana Klontz. 6'2" sophomore forward number 40, Chad Bakke. 6'1" junior forward number 42, Jim Vosberg. 6'2" sophomore center number 44, Parker Lean. 6'3" junior center, number 54, Craig Gehring. And now let's meet the Chisholm reserves. 5'8" freshman guard, number 10, Andy Bober. 5'9" sophomore guard, number 14, Scott Chiquetto. 6 foot sophomore center, number 24, Joel Oberstar. 6 foot sophomore center, number 32, Justin Rogers. 5'11" junior forward, number 34, Mark Olson. And 6'4" sophomore forward, number 40, Brian Thompson. And now for the championship game, here are your starting lineups. At forward for Westbrook Walnut Grove. At forward, 6'5" senior, number 4, Nick Keel. At forward for Chisholm, 5'8" junior, number 30, Joe Amick. At forward for the Chargers, 6'4" junior, number 34, Tim Fowler. At forward for the Blue Streaks, 6'4" senior, number 50, Ted Kreis. At center for Westbrook Walnut Grove, 6'5" senior, number 35, Jason Bakke. At center for Chisholm, 6'5" senior, number 52, Mike Rupar. At guard for the Chargers, 6'5" junior, number 12, Troy Steen. At guard for the Blue Streaks, 6 foot sophomore, number 20, Dave Lacoe. At guard for Westbrook Walnut Grove, 6'2" senior, number 33, Joel Erickson. At guard for Chisholm, 6'4" senior, number 44, Joel McDonald. The head coach of the Chargers, Steven Chernus. Head coach of the Blue Streaks is Bob McDonald. And your officials for the Class A championship game, Dave Halleck and Tony Bardovich.
Ready to go with the Class A championship game at 28-1. The Chisholm Blue Streaks at 27-1. The Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. This is Doug McLeod, courtside at the St. Paul Civic Center, joined by Billy McKinney and Janet Carvinen, and we are ready to go. Well, we've seen some players to look for in this series. You got to look at number 44, Joel McDonald of the Chisholm Blue Streaks. As we take a look at the starting lineup, McDonald has 56 points in this tournament so far. He'll wear number 44. He's the guy to watch. Jason Bakke, number 35, will take the center jump for Westbrook Walnut Grove against Ted Kreis. And we are underway with a Class A championship game. And the Chargers of Westbrook Walnut Grove have the ball to start things off.
These two teams, Doug, match up very well. The only thing that would be a concern, I think, is that Chisholm doesn't get a lot of scoring from players other than McDonald and Ted Kreis. Lacoe contributes a little bit, but basically it's a three-player team. However, right there you can see Jason Bakke leads the way for a team that has a lot of balance. 4 players in double figures.
And that's going to be a key if one of these players gets into foul trouble or just not playing well.
Jason Bakke, who averages 21.3 on the season and has scored 39 points in the tournament. 2-0 Westbrook Walnut Grove with the early lead. This is Nick Keel, number 4, on the right side, guarded by Rupert. High for Erickson. Keel floats it in, broken up by Kreis. And there's Ted Kreis, number 50, 6-foot senior power forward of the Chisholm Blue Streaks to work it down. Joel McDonald, number 44, with the ball.
And Ted Kreis had an unbelievable day yesterday. 36 points for him.
Chisholm is on the board. It is a 2-2 game. Just a minute 13 into the Class A championship game as Joel McDonald drew first blood. Here's 2 for Nick Keel of the Chargers from Westbrook Walnut Grove. 4-2 they lead now.
Well, both of these teams, too, are very good offensive teams. One scores 87 a game, the other scores 80. So, again, like the third-place game, it promised to be an exciting game with a lot of points scored.
That was Ted Kreis for a pair. Evened up again at 4 between the 7A champion Blue Streaks of Chisholm, the 2A titleist Chargers of Westbrook Walnut Grove. Chargers have the ball. Inside for Jason Bakke. Fall away. Got it.
Nice touch there by Bakke inside. Even though Chisholm is double and triple teaming him inside, he is finding a way to slide through those seams to get his shots off.
And they will continue, I'm sure, to collapse on him in that 2-3 zone, Billy. But he has an uncanny way of getting his shot off and falling away, but still doing it with such great touch.
McDonald pops for the top of the circle. That's two.
Showing his versatility as a scorer. His first basket, 5 feet from the basket, kind of a post-up type play, and this one out on the floor.
40% from the field in the tournament so far. Missed field goal and the rebound to Joel McDonald, who came in with 22 rebounds, 13 on the defensive boards. Three-pointer, McDonald in and out. Westbrook, Walnut Grove with the ball. Pressure in the backcourt on Keel. Deep for Steen. Off the iron. Rebound, McDonald. 6-6 game in the early going. Joel McDonald. Pump at the post. One-hander. Missed the mark, and the rebound to Troy Steen of the Chargers.
So far, this is a carbon copy of our third-place game. Both teams like to get up and down and get shots very quickly. They move the ball real well, real quickly.
Keel wide open.
And that's what happens. Nick Keel, the second leading scorer, with an excellent outside form on his jump shot.
And he can nail the 15-footer.
4 in the game now for Keel. It is 8-6 Westbrook, Walnut Grove in the saddle by a pair. Blue streaks from Chisholm. 3 points for Lecoq, didn't go. And the rebound to Bakke. Jason Bakke whips it ahead for Joel Eriksson. Quickly, baseline left for Keel. Shovels it under. Short for Steen. Got it again, no. In the corner, it will be Chisholm's Mike Rupert, number 52. And again, that's not boo, that's roo you hear from the Chisholm fans. Here's Dave Lecoq, 6-foot sophomore guard. Trouble for Prize, and Troy Steen turns it back for Westbrook, Walnut Grove. All the way to Eriksson. Got it! Oh, Joel Eriksson.
Well, Amick had a hand on that ball all the way, but Eriksson, great follow-through, puts it in.
So great concentration, great strength, and he's a guy that's had an outstanding tournament for them. He has been their inspirational leader, emotional leader out there on the court. He's a guy that likes to be, he gets fired up by plays that he makes and his teammates make.
Foul inside with 3:44 to go in the first quarter. Westbrook, Walnut Grove 10 and Chisholm 6. And there's a break in the action. We'll be right back for the 1991 Boys State Basketball Tournament Class A Championship game.
Now concentration going to the basket to kind of get past the tough defense of Joe Amick.
Amick with a paw all over the ball as Eriksson not to be denied there. It's 10-6. Westbrook, Walnut Grove leads Chisholm. 3:34 to go in the first quarter of our Class A championship game. Dave Lecoq on the way for three. Lecoq, the sophomore guard, pots the tray. And it's a one-point game. Westbrook, Walnut Grove with a 10-9 lead and the basketball.
Well, I think Lecoq and Prize are going to be keys in terms of point production today.
Troy Steen off the iron. Rebound to Prize. Here's Lecoq. Blue streaks run it down. Quickly to the left side, McDonald. Drop shift. Pop up. Foul on Keel.
Keel can't believe it because he was actually trying to get out of McDonald's way, but McDonald does a great job. Right here you can see this little left-handed one dribble drive to the baseline.
Bucket
he
will
actually
count here.
leans into the defense and draws the foul.
Exactly, and that's one of those plays where he initiates the contact, and he makes the official make the call. And he does a great job of reading where the defensive man is and anticipating what he's going to do on his defensive move.
That's a three-point play for Joel McDonald, who has 7 points in the game thus far. 12-10, Chisholm with the lead. That ball tipped out, and Westbrook, Walnut Grove will retain possession with 2:58 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, the only 2 fouls called in this game thus far have both been on Keel. And he can be a little foul prone, and especially trying to guard McDonald will be a key to watch that.
Well, that's a tough assignment. One of the things they're going to have to maybe think about doing is playing some gimmick defenses on him. He's proven he can score on anybody from any place at any time.
Keel has 6 points now. Here's Cries from the free throw line. Rebound to Tim Fowler of Westbrook, Walnut Grove. Tim Fowler. Eriksson long for Steen. Broken up by McDonald. Pop the grab. Steen got it back. And now it's Nick Keel for the Chargers.
Thought we're going to have another student announcer over here for a second.
12-12 game with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. And underneath, the shot was blocked as Tim Fowler went up for Westbrook, Walnut Grove, and the foul call. This will be a 2-shot opportunity.
Good pass here by Jason Bakke inside. Fumbled around a little bit. McDonald coming over the back. And one of the things that happens when players get fouled when they go to block shots is they swing their arms instead of keeping their arms high and hands extended.
That is the first foul of the game on Chisholm. It goes on Joel McDonald with 2:21 to go in the first quarter. And at the free throw line, Westbrook Walnut Grove's Tim Fowler will try and make 1 for 2 here. Game tied at 12. 13-12 Chargers. Chisholm Blue Streaks. Joel McDonald. Now LeCaux, who has had as high as a 29-point game. Long ranger off the cross from the corner. Rebound underneath and an off for Rupert. Kept alive by Dave LeCaux in the top of the key. Double team in the corner. Out of the trap for Rupert. Amick on the left, three-pointer. McDonald got it. McDonald nails the three-pointer. And now it is 15-13 Chisholm. Make it 15-15. Bakke got the bucket. Three-pointer LeCaux off the rim. Steal the rebound for Westbrook Walnut Grove.
They have steam on.
Here they come quickly. Jewel Erickson shovels it under and in for Fowler. Nice play by Erickson. And Tim Fowler puts Westbrook Walnut Grove in the saddle by a pair.
That's a great pass by Erickson. You know, he missed that initial pass, but he penetrated to the basket, drew the defense to him, and delivered a great pass.
McDonald floated one in. Joel McDonald, 17-17 game. Goodbye. And the ball goes to Chisholm. There's a timeout on the floor with 1:04 to go in the first quarter of our Class A championship game. This baby's all locked up at a 17-17 tie. Words for some fellows back there, including Mike Rupert.
Well, one of the things that he was talking about was defensive balance. They have given up a couple of easy transition baskets, and that's what's happened when your guards take long shots. You've got to have somebody back for defensive balance. You've got your 3 big guys crashing the boards. You've got to have somebody back to prevent those easy baskets.
McDonald, that is Joel McDonald. Puts that one in. And Chisholm now climbs to a 19-17 lead.
Well, he was not particularly hot in the first game of the tournament and was really had good shot selection yesterday. But tonight he's ready to play.
Well, it's one of the things with a scorer like that. He might have one bad quarter or bad half or bad game, but he's going to come back. He hasn't set the state scoring record because he doesn't know how to exhibit some mental toughness and can score.
That's right. And if you're a great shooter, as Joel McDonald is, you just have to keep shooting and work through those kinds of times because they happen to everybody.
Jewel Erickson got the bucket for Westbrook Walnut Grove and another determined move, and now it's a 19-19 game. And the ball turned back by Troy Steen of the Chargers. Bombs away. Underneath, he traveled with the ball.
And that's a great break.
Wayne Hanson of Westbrook Walnut Grove.
Excuse me there. Here's a typical example of what we talked about. Coach McDonald was very upset about is the easy baskets like this. Now they got a break because he traveled, but somebody has to provide defensive balance. That could be a key factor as we progress in this game.
But Westbrook Walnut Grove loves to run. That's their philosophy, is run, run, run. And that's really both of these teams' philosophy. So it's going to be a great game from that standpoint.
That is the end of the first quarter. It is Chisholm 19, Westbrook Walnut Grove 19, and the 1991 Boys State High School Class A championship game will continue in a moment.
Follow as he went through. Did he have any followers that he enjoyed to watch play?
I think his older sisters, Karen, Kim, and Kathy, they were all basketball players in Boabic High School.
Okay. Thanks much, Mrs. Kreis, and back to you.
All right, Ian Carlson, Pat Kreis. Very interested onlooker, of course. 6'4" senior forward Ted Kreis wears number 50 for the blue-clad Blue Streaks of hitting. And there's the young man right there, but it didn't go. And the rebound goes for Tim Fowler of the Chargers. 19 all early second quarter Class A title game. Troy Steen for Westbrook Walnut Grove. His heel off the rail. Back to the corner and right in the arms of Dave LeCaux of Chisholm.
Well, one of Kreis' sisters still holds the rebounding record at St. Ben's. I believe it was Kim. So it's interesting that he looked up to his sisters.
It's not just all McDonald's is up there. Here's one up though. Joel McDonald off the iron. Kreis rebound, double team. Stripped out of his hand as he went up, and Chisholm retains possession of the ball. 19 all score early second quarter.
For a Class A team, I don't think Chisholm has faced many teams that have been able to match up as well with them height-wise. They are a very tall team, but so is Westbrook Walnut Grove, and so Cries, they're getting a shot block. That probably doesn't happen to him very often in the Iron Range Conference.
Nice J for Joel McDonald at Chisholm. Blue Streaks lead 21-19. Keel. Whoops, right in the hands of Dave LaCoe. Chisholm with a 2-point lead and the ball. 6:22 to go in the first half. And McDonald pumps out of a crowd. Tapped out and a foul.
That's his second foul too, and one more foul on him could be big turning point of this ball game. You take a look at him as he drives and leaps and leans and goes after his shot. Incredible quickness off of his feet, but just coming over the back, which you just can't do.
Well, he's on fire. He's got about 16 thus far.
He has scored the last 12 points Chisholm has put on the board. Our statistician, Rod Erickson, running sheet looks like a McDonald sheet. It just goes McD, McD, McD. Three-pointer drops for Jewel Erickson of the Chargers. And it's 22-21 Westbrook Walnut Grove. And as I mentioned, Billy mentioned 2 fouls now on Joel McDonald of Chisholm.
Well, one of the things that the Chargers should consider Dave LaCoe hits from long distance is wherever McDonald is in that zone, they need to consider trying to exploit that part of the zone to try to pick up that 3rd foul on him.
LaCoe has 6 points, both on 3 quarters. Shoveled up and in from the left side by Jewel Erickson.
Before today, Erickson had only shot 10 times from the field and made 6 of them. He is very smart about the shots that he takes, and he makes most of them.
Great shot selection, good-looking shot. And the thing that he did there, McDonald was guarding him out in that zone, and he took it right at him. And McDonald had to let him drive by to avoid that 3rd foul.
9 points for Erickson already. McDonald's shot is short with a follow through underneath. Is good for Mike Rupert, number 52. Now Keel fires and banks it in. And with 5:04 to go in the first half, it's an offensive show, a 26-26 ball game. Chisholm Blue Streaks. Joel McDonald had a little trouble there with Jewel Erickson. Deep they go for Steen. Got it. What a big play. 28-26 Westbrook Walnut Grove.
Chargers playing outstanding defense here. And Dana, like you said, they like to run. They like to pressure. And they're getting a lot of easy percentage shots, good high percentage shots because of their fast break.
Rise inside. LaCoe whips it over. Double bump. Rupert up. Didn't go, but there is a foul underneath on Troy Steen of Westbrook Walnut Grove.
That was a great pass there by LaCoe to spot Rupert. Rupert having a nice little head fake, but doesn't get that one to fall, but he will shoot 2 from the free throw line.
You take a look at that. That's a great point, Janet. He's 6 feet tall, and you rarely ever see guards go down there and post up. And that was great court awareness on his part to know where the defense was, where they were coming from, and be able to spot his open teammate. I never got a post up when I was a player. Especially when Spud Webb came in the league. I kept begging for the coaches. Just one post up. That's all I want. Just one.
The hope of all the non-7-footers. 4:29 to go in the first half. There's a break of the action. Guess
being back, McDonald cannot foul on this play because he already has 2 fouls. So that's one of the things that we talked about at the end of the first quarter. Transition baskets is going to be a key for the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers.
That's right, and Erickson, with all those tall players at 6'4" and 6'5", he just gets the ball and throws it up toward the basket, and they can go up and get it.
For travel, they didn't get it, and a 3-pointer goes for Jewel Erickson of the Chargers.
He needs to shoot the ball more, but he's so unselfish as a point guard. He's got a great-looking shot. He shoots high percentage shots. He is very valuable to their ball club.
Excuse me, though, it shapes up kind of interesting guard play in this game so far. We've had one point guard on play who's been shooting a lot more than you might expect him to early in the game, in a close game. And as you mentioned, one of their guards has posted up for Chisholm already.
I think Erickson will shoot the ball today if they give him the openings, though, because he realizes he has the hot hand right now.
Yeah, and he's creating.
He's cooking. He's cooking.
Man, oh man, Jewel Erickson.
And the other part of that is, like we said, Joel McDonald is out on the top of the zone, and he's going right at him.
Quick shot from 3 points did not fall. 14 points for Jewel Erickson. Inside, Bucky got it. No.
Great pass by Erickson. great move by Bakke. And one of the things that's opening up the game for Erickson is to take a look inside of the outside shooting. They've got to honor him. Unselfishly passes inside to Jason Bakke.
And McDonald had position pretty well there.
Great position that time.
And Bakke hasn't been much of a factor yet in the first half.
Well, and this is going to be a key, too. They've tried to take him out of the game by sagging back on him. Now, Erickson's hit some outside shots. At some point, they're going to have to come out and defend him, and that will open things up for Jason Bakke.
Number 40 is Brian Thompson for Chisholm. And the ball now in the corner for Lecoq. Pumped by Cries, in and out. The rebound up for grabs, and it is Tim Fowler of Westbrook Walnut Grove. Here's Jewel Erickson, 33. Keel fires. Three-point bucket by Nick Keel. Who is 50% for three-point range in the tournament thus far. It is 36-30. Westbrook Walnut Grove pulls out to a 6-point margin here. 2:17 to go in the half. Three-pointer in and out for Joel McDonald. Out of bounds, and Westbrook Walnut Grove gets the ball. They'll say that Thompson touched it somewhere in there.
Tell you what, Joe McDonald has incredible range. You have to guard him when he comes off the bench.
When he walks into the gym.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Bakke, tell you what I like about this guy. He can score down low with either hand. You know, he's a lefty. Take a look inside. He took these last two shots with his right hand, so it makes him very difficult to defend.
Foul is on Ted Cries. Number 50 of the Chisholm Blue Streaks. It's his first personal. Team foul situation now. 3 for Chisholm, 4 for Westbrook Walnut Grove. Two-shot foul, and at the line for the Chargers, number 35, Jason Bakke. 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the first half of our Class A championship game. Westbrook Walnut Grove leading by 7, 37-30.
And it says a lot for Westbrook Walnut Grove's balance for Bakke not to be that much of a factor, but yet they're leading the way.
Great point, Janet.
There's a break in the action with 2:01 to go in the first half. They are happy on the Charger bench as Westbrook. Lunch. Excuse me.
Is it dinner time yet?
I'll be right back. 2 minutes to go in the first half. It is 38-30. Westbrook Walnut Grove by 8. Cries, leaping, shooting. Got it.
And he is going to be an important factor today. Cries been a little bit quiet, but once he gets heated up, boy, he can be equally as dangerous. And McDonald's going to need Cries' help.
6 points for Cries in the game. Here's a three-pointer for Troy Steen off the back iron. Tip drill. Cries got it back for Chisholm. Dave Lecoq walks the Blue Streaks down with 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Class A championship game. And the foul will send Cries to the line.
Take a look here. He goes inside for his jump shot. Pretty good defensive position that time, but Cries was leaning in toward the defender to initiate the contact, and he's going to the line for 2. Janet, you mentioned a point that he hadn't been that involved in the game. They're down by 5 points right now, and he's going to be a critical factor as to how they play. Joe McDonald can't do it all for them today.
That's right. It puts so much pressure on a player like McDonald, and even though he's a great scorer, you know, 1 against 5 just isn't a very good ratio.
Exactly, and the Chargers here are playing with great balance. They've gotten some solid contributions from 2 of the other players, and Jason Bakke hasn't really been that involved at this point.
Jewel Erickson now for Westbrook Walnut Grove. Had the notion, now inside. Up and pound, Joel McDonald brings it down. Dave Lecoq for the Chisholm Blue Streaks. Trailing now by 4 in the last minute of the first half. Cries. Popped it off. Oh, and a nice little leaping save by Jewel Erickson. Erickson back now for Steen. Erickson guarded by Lecoq. They go to the corner. Driving inside, a little shovel for Fowler. Misfired and off his leg and out of bounds. And Lou Chernis and the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers have seen their lead now cut to 4. Dave Lecoq, the sophomore guard, averaging 16 and change for the season. Rupert, guarded by Steen. Trouble with it, but an alert pass by LaCroix. Begging for contact. Got it, and Kreiz came down hard. Ted Kreiz is hurt now as he had traffic all over him. The foul is going to be on Jason Bonney of Westbrook Walnut Grove, but Ted Kreiz is hurt.
Take a look at this pass inside. Dave LaCroix with another great pass inside. And a really hard foul. And the thing about that play is, as Coach McDonald is very upset about that, his reaction there, he thinks it's a flagrant foul there. But when you get up in the air like that, one of the things that you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that you don't hurt the other player, A, and B, that you don't hurt yourself. So it looked like he was trying to catch him, but it just looked like a flagrant foul.
The foul was actually on Wayne Hansen. I misspoke. Hard to imagine. Wayne Hansen draws the foul for Westbrook Walnut Grove.
But you're right, Billy. Once you get up in the air, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You just got to come down. I don't think it was really an intentionally flagrant foul either, but hopefully both of those players are going to be all right.
Yeah, it looked like Hansen was just trying to catch himself and also trying to put Kreiz in a position where he wouldn't hurt him. But those things happen out here, and it's a non-contact sport.
That's right.
Yeah. Ted Kreiz makes it a two-point game. 38-36. Westbrook Walnut Grove by 2. 15 seconds to go, first half. Chargers with the ball in the lead. Steen going for the last shot of the first half with a 2-point lead. Jewel Erickson. Steen. 3 seconds. Now Erickson. High post leaper. Short. And that is the end of the half. Contact inside. Both teams revved up here as they head to the dressing room on our TCF Bank scoreboard. It is halftime at the Class A championship game. The Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers 38 and the Chisholm Blue Streaks 36. The 1991 Boys State High School basketball tournament continues after these messages. Second half, it is Westbrook Walnut Grove 38, Chisholm 36. Welcome back, everybody, along with Billy McKinney and Janet Carvin, and this is Doug McLeod. And here are the numbers for the first half.
Everything relatively even with the exception of the field goal shooting. Westbrook Walnut Grove shooting 59% from the field, basically on the strength of outside shooting of Jewel Erickson.
As we start the half, a shot did not go for Jason Bakke of Westbrook Walnut Grove, and Chisholm comes back. McDonald's shot from the left side fell short, and Bakke will pull it back again. Leading scorers, Jewel Erickson for Westbrook Walnut Grove with 14, Nick Keel with 11, Chisholm's Joel McDonald with 18. 38-36, the score remains, and back comes number 40, Brian Thompson for Chisholm, their sixth man who sees a lot of playing time in this tournament. McDonald is there. Cross-court LaCroix. Kreiz leaps two-pointers. One of the interesting things about the first half, and we touched on it, was the fact that Jewel Erickson of Westbrook Walnut Grove leads them with 14 points. Through the season, his job has been to get the ball, basically, to Bakke and Keel. He has over 600 assists in his career, and he is the leading scorer this afternoon for the Chargers.
14 points, and he averages like 12 per game for the year, so he's done an outstanding job of carrying this ball club, and Nick Keel has also done an incredible job of shooting the ball well from outside.
And he drew Jewel Erickson, drew some crowd there.
Here's Ted Kreiz as he pins the ball on the backboard there, and then on the other end, Kreiz being the offensive threat with that left hand from the corner.
Well, and he's also, I'm sure they talked at halftime of making sure that he gets involved in the game early in the second half. In the first half, he wasn't very involved in the offense, and they had a pretty good deficit at first.
Here's a three-pointer for Jewel Erickson. 17 points for Erickson to lead the way.
I tell you what, I like his game, and I just like the way he plays. He plays with such calm, such intensity, but he gets really emotional when he does something well and helps his teammate, and that's the kind of player that you like having on your ball club, and when you can play like this guy, it's an added bonus.
Sure is. 7 for 9 from the field for him.
Thompson carried that one all the way home with 6:09 to go in the third quarter. 41-40, Westbrook Walnut Grove by a point, and the Chargers with the ball. Keel and Erickson go. Kreiz tipped it out of bounds. Westbrook Walnut Grove will retain.
I have a feeling this second half is going to go as fast as the first. Billy and I both commented that we couldn't believe it was halftime because of the pace of this game. And it looks like it's going to be an 80-point ball game.
Well, the officials have done a great job of letting the players play, but keeping control of the basketball game, too. And that's really one of the things that moved the game along, and the play has been nice and crisp and sharp by both ball clubs.
Jason Bakke got the bucket. He has 10 now, and they'll turn it right back again. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, all the way. Erickson, Jule Erickson turns that one back, and that opens up a 45-40 lead.
Another smart play by Erickson, 2-on-1 break. He wasn't, the defense didn't cut him off, and he took it all the way to the basket.
Kicked out of bounds by Dave LaCoe. And Westbrook Walnut Grove will get it. There's a break in the action with 5:23 to go in the third quarter. It's Westbrook Walnut Grove 45 and Chisholm 40. Now it's 45-40. Westbrook Walnut Grove by 5. Shot underneath, and Prize will pull it away for Chisholm. 5:13 to go in the third quarter. The Class A Championship hardware waiting just out in the hallway for one of these two teams. This will have double-A action tonight. Nobody's thinking about that now, except maybe the Cretan-Durham Hall and Roosevelt fans and players. And there is foul number 3 on McDonald.
Great pass by Kreis. One of the things that you can't do with a player like McDonald is play behind him when he's posting up. Nick Keel did a great job of coming over to block the shot from behind, but the referee whistled him for a foul.
McDonald at the line.
It's like getting snow in July for him to miss a free throw, isn't it?
He doesn't miss many. He's an 86% shooter from the line. 2 for 3 today, and he hasn't gotten to the line much today. They haven't really fouled him as much as many teams have done over the course of the year. So pretty good defense on Joel today.
I should correct myself. I was thinking McDonald going to the line. I think I said the foul was on McDonald. It was on Keel, obviously. McDonald went to the line, although he also has 2. Next one will be his 3rd, but Keel got the foul. Here's Kreis now for Chisholm over at Brown. Nice ball player, Ted Kreis, 6'4", senior forward.
Starting to take a more active role in the offense here in the second half, and that's going to be a big factor.
Troy Steen now guarded by McDonald. Here's Jule Erickson, the point guard. Yeah, he's that bucket, you know, and you never know when he's going to pop one from there. Contact underneath, and this foul is going to be, I think, on Rupert.
One of the things that Chisholm has done is they've really keyed on the people defensively that they've needed to. Here's a foul right here for Bakke, but in the first couple of games, first for Argyle, it was Gutrenka. They shut him down. Last night, it was Hegman from Dawson Boyd. They shut him down, and they're really putting the clamp on Bakke thus far.
And Erickson is coming to his aid, which is really what has to happen in any type of game when a player has a poor game or has foul trouble. Somebody on their ball club has to step forward. He's done a great job today. As we look at a replay here, fast break started by the Blue Streaks as McDonald was tripped. That's a good way to stop a fast break.
Jason Bakke got the foul, and that brought Westbrook Walnut Grove coach Steve Chernus off his feet, or off his seat to his feet in disbelief. Now it'll go back to the Chargers as Troy Steen, the junior guard, will play it in. And here is Jule Erickson. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 45-43. Westbrook Walnut Grove with the ball and a 2-point lead. Nick Keel. Erickson underneath for the leaping forward and goes. Prize pulls it away. These two teams rated number 1 and number 2 in the state in the final Associated Press Class A poll. Chisholm number 1, Westbrook Walnut Grove number 2. Dave LaCoe with Kreis. Inside, turn around, McDonald got it.
Billy, you made a great point earlier in that McDonald is having no trouble at all getting the ball on a turnaround jump shot there.
And a big turnover gets the ball right back to Chisholm. Dave LaCoe comes up with it for the Blue Streaks.
Well, you have to do 2 things when he's in the post. A, put pressure on the passer out front to prevent the pass from coming inside. And play him in a different defensive position, a side post, 3/4 position.
Price got that one from the free throw line. And timeout is called with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. It's Chisholm 47, Westbrook Walnut Grove 45. Steve Chernus of the Chargers right there had called the timeout. to get things discussed as his team fell behind by 2.
Was an excellent timeout as the Blue Streaks have stormed back with 7 consecutive points to take the lead here.
Westbrook Walnut Grove with the basketball. Bucky out for Jewel Erickson. Here's the Lone Ranger. Steen's three-pointer didn't fall.
You know, Steen is about 1 for 9 from the field today. He's the 3rd leading scorer, and his shooting and his play in the next quarter, the next 9-10 minutes, is going to be very critical to the outcome of this game.
One other young man we haven't heard from lately is Nick Keel.
Whacked away by Bucky as McDonald went up for the baseline. Now Erickson guns it down. Keel inside. Wheeling Bucky for the baseline. Fouled. Ball never did get to the basket. There is no basket here, and the foul is on Mike Rupert, the 6'5" senior center of the Blue Streaks. It happened all the way down at the other end, and here it is.
Well, the 2 leading scorers there, McDonald on this end draws a crowd, and that shot was blocked cleanly according to the officials. But on this end, Bucky, the main focus, drew the foul there and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, he did an excellent job of blocking the shot down on the defensive end, but also getting down to the low post area in transition and receive that pass.
This is Jason Bucky at the free throw line. He'll get another one for the Chargers of Westbrook Walnut Grove. This could tie the game if he nails this one. 11 points it is for Bucky, and the ball comes to Joel McDonald, the senior guard of the Chisholm Blue Streaks. Always one of my favorite team names, the Blue Streaks, and they wear that blue lightning bolt on their shorts. Here's Cries, baseline left, and Des Thompson went inside. Erickson whips it back for Keel. Inside 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Too hard for Bucky. Turned back by McDonald. 3 on 2. The Blue Streaks come down. McDonald from the baseline. And the foul as well.
He's fired up now. He took that one coast to coast. Great move with his left hand there for Joe McDonald. As you take a look at the turnover, driving to his baseline, pump fake, gets Steen in the air, leaps and leans, and he's going to go to the line.
That was a tough shot. He was down on the baseline there. He had to kind of pull back. Nicely done, boy. He's a scoring machine. And I was just going to make the point for Bucky earlier, and it holds true for McDonald. Great scorers can do a lot better in a transition situation than they can if the defense has time to set up.
Well, they get the opportunity to size up the defense.
Easy for you to say.
That's right, and it really puts a lot of pressure on the defensive player to have a guy that talented coming at you, and he knows what he's going to do, but you don't. Really tough.
Great shot of Bob McDonald, the boss of the Blue Streaks. The reason people look like that is the scoreboard is way up in the ceiling here. That was on his center, Mike Rupert, who just got his 3rd personal. McDonald has 24 points in the game now after that 3-point play. Minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. 50-46 Chisholm. Keel nails a 2-pointer from the left side.
Well, Janice, you just mentioned a very important point about Nick Keel, that he hadn't been involved in the second half like he was the first, and now he comes out and nails a nice shot there. They're going to need his contribution here down the stretch.
McDonald for Chisholm to the baseline left. Pops one off the top. Rebound Rupert. No. Cries. Yes. That is Ted Cries. And again, Chisholm leads by 4. 52-48. Last minute of play of the 3rd quarter. Westbrook Walnut Grove with the basketball. Keel for 2. No. Right back to Keel. Didn't go that time. And Cries the rebound. Finally got it.
He has such great hands.
And he stays after the basketball. He has got a great nose for the ball, but the second half, he's just been everywhere. He's done everything defensively, block shots, rebound, and he scored and passed to his teammates.
Open man. Half a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a 6-point game. Chisholm 54, Westbrook Walnut Grove 48.
6'4" sophomore stepping forward. He looks like he came to play today, too.
Well, Janet, you made a good point earlier that the Blue Streaks in the tournament, they've done a great job of taking the star offensive players out of the game. The first half, you had some guys step forward on the Charger Ball Club, but now they've all been relatively quiet here in the second half.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter, and Chisholm has come along to pull this one out of the fire in the 3rd. We are 8 minutes away from somebody winning the 1991 Class A title at the end of the third quarter on our TCF Bank scoreboard. Chisholm 54, Westbrook Walnut Grove 50. The scoring at the end of three quarters, Joel McDonald for Chisholm has 24. Ted Kreis has 16. Point a minute in the third quarter for Kreis.
Well, it's kind of the end of an era for Bob McDonald. This is his last son coaching his own boy, who will graduate, playing his last high school game.
And for Westbrook Walnut Grove, Jewel Erickson has 19 points to lead the Chargers. This is Erickson. Half a minute into the fourth quarter.
Well, they're really looking in for Bakke, but he is just in so much traffic, they're having a tough time.
Got it anyway, and look at that. Back to Joel McDonald of the Chisholm Blue Streaks. 54-50 Chisholm.
They're making the mistake of trying to force the ball in when there's no play available there. And their outside shooting has been strong here during this entire game, and they've got to continue that. Or they'll fall further behind here if they continue to try to force the ball into the post when it's not there.
The foul is on Steen, I think. Troy Steen. Steen will get the foul. That is his third. He's had 2 in the half so far. And at the free throw line, Brian Thompson of Chisholm hands the first one. That makes it a 5-point lead for the Blue Streaks with 7:09 to go in the Class A title game. Got them both. 56-50. Chisholm by 6. Westbrook Walnut Grove walks it down.
I think this is a real important possession for the Chargers to get some kind of a good shot.
Nick Keel, number 4 for Westbrook Walnut Grove. Troy Steen. And here's Erickson. Baseline to the left side. Bakke got it off the glass. Jason Bakke makes it a 4-point game, 56-52.
Janet, not only a good shot, but they got a high percentage shot that time going inside to Bakke.
McDonald powered it right up the gut, but nothing there, and he came down hard. The rebound pulled off by Nick Keel. Back comes Erickson for Westbrook Walnut Grove. Keel, Erickson at the baseline. Foul as he got the shot away.
Good fast break there by the Chargers as Jewel Erickson did an incredible job here of passing to the open man and being ready to receive the ball back. Sometimes when a guy gives up a pass like that, he thinks that his teammate is going to take the shot. And that ball could have easily gone out of bounds, but Jewel, being the smart player that he is, was well aware.
Jewel Erickson nails another one.
I've started to sense a little reluctance on the Walnut Grove team part to take that outside shot. You know, they're making that shot earlier. Now the game is starting to get a little closer. They seem like they're trying to force feed that ball inside.
21 points for Erickson. 6:21 to go in the game. It's Chisholm 56, Westbrook Walnut Grove 54. April 4th. We'll have the road games for you right here on KMSP TV, and I sure hope you'll be with us. Dave Maloney and I will be there. All the action. Right now, 6:08 to go in the Class A game, and the turnaround shot by Joel McDonald of Chisholm didn't go. Kreis couldn't get it. Got his own rebound and popped it in. Ted Kreis of Chisholm, and the Blue Streaks now lead by 4, 58-54.
That was an excellent example of relentless pursuit of the basketball by Ted Kreis that time.
Up and off, Joel McDonald the rebound. Here's McDonald. Right from the free throw line.
Well, they're going to be tough to beat if McDonald continues to hit it. He has all day, and with Kreis filling the gaps.
60-54. Chisholm by 6. 5:24 to go. Inside for Bakke. Couldn't handle it, and Joel McDonald pulls it away for the Blue Streaks.
Well, every turnover is a lost shot opportunity. And the Chargers can't afford to lose shot opportunities at this point in time.
Tipped out of bounds by Erickson.
You know, right now they're starting to struggle a little bit offensively, as we talked about before we went off there. They are starting to pass up that outside shot, which they have made on a consistent basis during that first half.
Kreis Laco double team.
But also, the Chargers not doing a great job in terms of defensive rebounding. The Blue Streaks have really pounded those offensive boards.
McDonald, it was blocked Going up by Jason Bucky. Erickson's pass was turned back by Dave LeCaux. LeCaux to the glass and whack underneath. And the collision with Nick Keel, number 4 of Westbrook Walnut Grove, and they're both down for the count for the moment.
That was one of the few mistakes you'll see Rule Erickson make here. Tried to make a pass when the defense hadn't committed to his side of the floor yet. Dave LeCaux here taking it in. Erickson trying to draw, Keel trying to draw the charge, but just didn't get there soon enough. The result of a bad collision, but looks like both players are okay.
Now there's a timeout on the floor with 4:43 to go in our Class A title game. It's the Chisholm Blue Streak 60, the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers 54. This will not be with us for the evening games. Going to have to suffer through a little vacation, I guess. Tough luck, Ian, but he's a great young man, and it's been a great pleasure working with him. 60 to 54. Chisholm leads Westbrook Walnut Grove, make it 61-54 now as Dave LeCaux makes the free throw with 4 minutes 43 seconds to go in the game, and Bob McDonald's Blue Streaks now lead the game by 8.
And starting to take control of this basketball game. You can tell now they are starting to become very confident with everything they do on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively.
Here is Keel. Three-pointer didn't fall. And LeCaux has the ball for Chisholm. Joel McDonald for the Blue Streaks with 4:17 to go in the game. 62-54. Chisholm with the ball and the 8-point lead. McDonald inside. One pump. Down to Kries. Pump twice. Got it. Now it's 64-54. Widest margin in a long time. Three-pointer missed by Steen. And the game slowly sliding away from the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers here, but still 3:49 to go, and it's by no means over. McDonald.
No, it isn't over, but the Chargers have got to start, number one, playing better defense and only giving up one shot. And secondly, they've got to start making something happen on their own offensive end.
Well, the other thing they can do is once McDonald gives the ball up is to make sure he doesn't get it back, because he just kills you.
Big block there by Jason Bucky of Westbrook Walnut Grove. I knew I could be unable to say it. Here's Steen for three. And the rebound comes off to Chisholm. The rebound went to number 40, Brian Thompson of the Blue Streaks. Chisholm Blue Streaks, the number 1 rated Class A team in the state. Joel McDonald into the paint. Now Kries open with a nice pump.
Great pass. Great two-man play right there by McDonald and Kries. And you can tell they've worked that play enough times together over the last 4 years.
And now Steve Chernis, the head coach of the Walnut Grove Chargers, wants timeout with 2:40.
Right, Chargers.
Three-pointer did not fall there for Jewel Erickson, and Joel McDonald trapped and fouled right away by Jason Bucky of Westbrook Walnut Grove.
Well, they're going to have to put up a lot of those three-pointers. They like to push the ball down the court, and at every opportunity, miss free throws, miss baskets, even made baskets. They're going to have to do whatever they can to get their players in position at that three-point stripe to get them up there in this last 2 minutes and 39 seconds. And we've talked about something here all along, is that in the second half, the Chargers have seemed reluctant to shoot from the outside. They were incredibly successful during the first half, and they should have continued that pressure, that outside shooting during the second half, but they didn't. And now they're finding it tough to make those shots.
28 points now for Joel McDonald of the Chisholm Blue Streaks, and they really open the margin now. 68-54, 2:35 to go in the game. Westbrook Walnut Grove with the ball. Jewel Erickson for Troy Steen. The three-pointers are not falling here. The crucial late moments of the game for the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. And they continue to not fall there. And now the foul is going to be called on Jewel Erickson.
Well, take a look at the loose ball here and the foul. Erickson knows that he has to stop the clock, so that he'll send Crise to the line. They can get the ball back. But one of the key factors in the game we talked about, too, was Troy Steen. He was 1 for 6 from the field in the first half, and I don't believe he's made a field goal here the second half. That has really hurt their efforts, and it's a real shame because Troy has had an outstanding tournament up until this point.
He really has, but Westbrook Walnut Grove really hasn't even taken many three-point shots at all for the tournament. I don't think they've really made that a major part of their offense, but they definitely need some kind of firepower from the outside.
24 points now for Ted Crise of the Chisholm Blue Streaks. 2:21 to go. Blue Streaks 70, Westbrook Walnut Grove 57 as the three-pointer finally fell. Down the right wing for Jewel Erickson. Backcourt pressure now. Pass out of it to Thompson, drew a foul on Jason Bakke of Westbrook Walnut Grove, and that's his fourth.
Well, the other thing, too, now you talked about half-court pressure. They're going to have to go up, pick up full court or three-quarters court into a man-to-man or some effective zone press, because right now the time is wasting away. They're down by 13 points. They have to make some things happen in a hurry, and you can't do it by waiting for the team to come across half court.
That's right. Brian Thompson has already gone to the line successfully today, and as a sophomore, he was probably one person they didn't expect to contribute as he has.
He's 3 for 3 right now off the bench, making 4 for 4. So half his 8 points have come from the free throw line, and all 4 of those big free throws here in the fourth quarter. 72-57 Chisholm. Westbrook Walnut Grove with the ball. Jewel Erickson's three-pointer doesn't go. Brian Thompson gets the rebound, dribbles right away and leaves the Chargers behind. Here's Lacole. The shot is in, and the Chisholm Blue Streaks are steaming away. 74-57, 1:45 to go. Chisholm threw them all away, and the Blue Streaks will get it in the backcourt. And timeout has been called now by Steve Chernis of Westbrook Walnut Grove with 1 minute, 44 seconds to go. Chisholm 74, Westbrook Walnut Grove 57, and this one fell apart in a hurry here on a big run in the fourth quarter for Chisholm.
Like
Sure
Morton
did.
Salt, when it rains, it pours.
You should have seen Bob McDonald on the sideline. He was doing a dance. I don't think I've ever seen him react quite that way, but he can feel it, and they all can feel it as well. And David Lacole, you can see him here on the breakaway. He had a little encounter with Keel last time on a fast break. He got that one to fall.
Well, it's one of those things. Once you get down by more than 10 points with less than 2 minutes, your team starts to play in desperation. You have the three-point shots that aren't really good percentage shots. Not so much that they're not good percentage shots, but now you start to rush those shots. That's what the Chargers have done here. They had a turnover, which has been uncharacteristic of them, which was unforced. And you can see it on their face. Even Troy Steen knows he hasn't shot the ball well. He starts to kind of hang his head at about the 3-minute mark. And that's one of the things that you can't do. You just have to continue to battle, continue to shoot, and let the chips fall where they may.
Chisholm had a 14-point run early in the fourth quarter, and now has scored a total of 18 out of the last 21 points in this game. Only Jewel Erickson's three-pointer of less than a minute ago, dropping lately for Westbrook Walnut Grove. 1:39 to go. 74-57 Chisholm. And the blocking foul is going to be called on Westbrook Walnut Grove's number 23, Wayne Hansen.
Well, as they would say, the party's over.
It's going to be hardware time for the Chisholm Blue Streaks in short order, in 97 seconds, as a matter of fact, with a 74-57 spread here. I don't see anybody making up 17 on Chisholm at the moment, and the look there at the Westbrook Walnut Grove bench, I think, tells the story, as Chisholm's Joel McDonald widens the margin now, 75-57.
And it's a real shame because they're down right now 18 points, and it's not indicative of how well they've played today. It's been a much closer ball game than the score indicates.
In the lineup now for Westbrook Walnut Grove, number 42, Jim Vosberg. We'll give you some other names as substitutions inevitably will be in here. Hansen working in. 91 seconds to go. Three-pointer didn't go for Crise. Now here is Keel for the follow-through, and he got it for Westbrook Walnut Grove. 1:21 to go, 76-59. Chisholm with the lead and the ball.
Well, this is only the second loss, or will be the second loss for Westbrook Walnut Grove this year. They had an unbelievable season and only lost one game, and that was to Wyndham when Wyndham slowed the pace down. they thought they could run with Chisholm today. And Chisholm has only lost one game as well this season. That came to a double-A school. So really, they have been undefeated in Class A action.
Jewel Erickson really played a great game to get Westbrook Walnut Grove going in the early going of the game. And that's a look at Erickson right there, number 33. Now substitutions coming in for the Chargers. Dana Klontz, number 30, you see right there. Also in number 21, Matt Warner. And the number 14, Steven Jensen, reporting in the lineup for the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. In comes Andy Bober now. Number 10, Bober, 5'8" freshman, the youngest player in the 1991 tournament field. And a big round of applause there for outgoing Jewel Erickson. Heel over to the bench as well for Westbrook Walnut Grove. That's the Chisholm bench, and they're feeling a whole lot happier. Dave Lecoq is at the line for Chisholm.
Unfortunate thing about a day like today is that somebody has to lose. I mean, both of these teams have put forth such a fine, outstanding effort all year, and it comes down to wins and losses. But this Westbrook Walnut Grove group has so much to be proud of. And like I said, they should look at the score. They played a heck of a game. It just got out of hand here in the fourth quarter. Shots wouldn't fall and a variety of things, but outstanding effort.
Chisholm with the ball, and that's the time remaining in the Class A championship game. The Blue Streaks leading by 18 points. And timeout is called now by Chisholm coach Bob McDonald. With 38.2 seconds to go. And I expect he just wants to get some substitutions in the game here. Looks like number 14's, well, let's see. We'll get the whole bunch here as soon as they check into the lineup rather than do a piecemeal. Scott Chiquetto is getting set to check in. See how they break from the huddle here. Justin Rogers, number 32. Looks like he's ready to go in as well. And Mark Olson, 34 for Chisholm. You see them with their backs to you right there. And that, needless to say, is the Charger bench. Utter dejection is the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers, who played a solid game and then had it absolutely fall apart on them in the fourth quarter, are just waiting for the end to drop now. 38.2 seconds to go, and they trail by 18.
You can imagine now you're looking at the Charger bench, and those guys are just thinking what things they could have done to prevent this from happening. And that's the memory, unfortunately, that stays with you for a long time, but it's also one of those things that helps you forge future success when you move on to a different situation.
And so Andy Bober will play it in for the Chisholm Blue Streaks to Scott Chiquetto. And the seconds tick away in the Class A championship game, decided already in favor of the Blue Streaks. Foul will come at the timeline with 29.4 seconds to go. And off come the warm-ups for the remainder of the substitutions now for the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. So everybody gets a little state tournament play. Kurt Bakken, number 13, coming in. Number 54, Craig Gehring. Number 40, Chad Bakke, who's a sophomore. Also in number 22, Radislav Rushak. And who did I miss in there? Somebody, and we'll pick them up when we have a moment. Parker Lean, number 44, is the fifth guy. Now I got everybody in. 24 seconds to go. That's Lean. Around for Kurt Bakken on the left side. The jumper for Chad Bakke. Rolling ball, scooped up by Chiquetto. Scott Chiquetto, and it popped away from him by Chad Bakke. Driving layup for Chad Bakke. Sophomore brother Jason. Here's the ball to Justin Rogers. The drive, no rebound to Parker Lean, but the game is over. And in this climactic Class A battle between the two teams that finished number 1 and 2 in the final Associated Press Class A poll, that's how it ends. Number 1 beats number 2 and gets the Class A hardware. The Chisholm Blue Streaks are the 1991 champions of boys Class A basketball in Minnesota. And their 14th bid for the tournament. This will be the team's 4th championship. They won the old one-class tournament in '36. They won 2 Class A titles under Bob McDonald in 1973 and '75. Steve Chernus and his Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers came in and played a whale of a game, and that's an outstanding ball club. But Bob McDonald and his Blue Streaks will take it home. It is over. The Class A championship goes to Chisholm. The final, the Blue Streaks 77, the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers 61. The hardware presentation coming right up out of the center court. And the Chisholm Blue Streaks now 29-1 to wrap up the 1990-91 campaign. 7A region title, and now the Class A championship. And back home at Chisholm High School, that's going to be sitting in a prominent location, you can bet, along with the other three boys basketball championships. Two, as I mentioned, in Class A, and one in the old one-class tournament way back in 1936 for the Blue Streaks of Hibbing. Of Chisholm. I'm sorry, I always get them mixed up with the Blue Jackets. I knew it was going to happen. It happens during the awards ceremony. My apologies.
And you can see the emotion there on both sides, and so much pressure really for the Chisholm team, being ranked #1 all year, and Joel McDonald, and they are as emotional and happy as, and there are as many tears in the winning side as there are on the losing side today.
Presenting the silver medals now for the runner-up Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. Nick Keel just got his. Here's Troy Steen, will join public address announcer Dick Stanford for the rest of them.
Steven Jensen, Matt Warner, Radislav Rusek, Wayne Hansen, Dana Klotz, Joel Erickson, Tim Fowler, Jason Bakke, Chad Bakke, Jim Vosberg, Parker Lean, Craig Gehring, and manager Nathan Bakke. Congratulations to Coach Chernus for an outstanding team in season, and now with the captains of the Westbrook Walnut Grove High School team come forward for the 1991 state runner-up trophy, Class A boys basketball.
Co-captains of the Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. They would much rather have had the other one, but they will take it home. The runner-up, one of the outstanding Class A teams in Minnesota. The Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. 77-61 was the final score. Chisholm will take home the trophies. Announcing sportsmanship awards right now. There's the second place trophy, and that will sit proudly at Westbrook Walnut Grove. Here at the tournament in its first year as a consolidated school, but a lot of tournament history between those two teams. Westbrook was here in 1982. Walnut Grove made it twice a decade apart in 1957 and 1967. 61 points for the Chargers, and the sportsmanship award is being awarded for this one for Westbrook Walnut Grove as well. Now the cheerleaders for the Chargers are coming out to accept the banner. And it looks like they're going to share it with Chisholm as the Blue Streaks will get theirs. Now they're going to hand out the championship medals, I think, to the Chisholm Blue Streaks, who finished the season with a record of 29-1. They're going to announce the all-tournament team first, so we'll tell you about that. The 1991 Class A all-tournament team includes 5 players from this game. From the winning Chisholm Blue Streaks, Joel McDonald and Ted Kreiz. From Westbrook Walnut Grove, Nick Keel, Jewel Erickson, and Jason Bakke. So from this championship game, 5 members of these teams made the Class A all-tournament team. Joel McDonald and Ted Kreiz for Chisholm, Nick Keel, Jewel Erickson, and Jason Bakke for Westbrook Walnut Grove. The other Class A all-tournament team members are from Dawson Boyd, Jeff Norgard, and Brian Prestholt. From Gibbon, Fairfax, Winthrop, Stephen Gillis. From Becker, Justin Hegna. From Argyle, Jason Utrenka. So those are the Class A all-tournament team members. And again, 5 members of the teams in this game have made the Class A All-Tournament team. Nick Keel, Jewel Erickson, Jason Bakke from Westbrook Walnut Grove, and the two fine high scorers of the Chisholm Blue Streaks, Joel McDonald and Ted Kreiz. The others, Norgard and Prestolt from Dawson Boyd, Gillies from Gibbon, Fairfax, Winthrop, Hegna from Becker, and Utrenka from Argyle. So those are the 1991 Class A All-Tournament team members, and they're being introduced now down on the floor here at the St. Paul Civic Center. The final again was the Chisholm Blue Streaks 77 and Westbrook Walnut Grove 61. One of those guys wearing those very popular T-shirts, which are being sold at a store downtown here and around the area as well. Ted Kreiz getting a big round of applause as he and Nick Keel just received their all-tournament trophies. Jewel Erickson is getting his from Westbrook Walnut Grove. These are the 5 players from this game who made the all-tournament team. Joel McDonald coming out to get his now. Stephen Gillis coming out from Gibbon, Fairfax, Winthrop. And the rest receiving their all-tournament trophies. And Jason Bakke now coming out to get his. Bakke, who finished this game with 15 points. So there they are, the 1991 Class A All-Tournament team. Chisholm 77, Westbrook Walnut Grove 61. The title goes to Chisholm. Now the gold medals are going to be handed out. There's the trophy that will go when they're through to the winners of the 1991 A Tournament, the Blue Streaks of Chisholm. Let's again join Dick Stanford.
Ted Kreiz. Mike Rupar. David Leco. Joe Amick. Brian Thompson. Mac Olson. Scott Chiquetto. Justin Rogers. Joe Oberstar. And Andy Bober. And manager Sean Bober. Congratulations to Coach McDonald and his staff for an outstanding tournament and season. And now, the 1991 state basketball champion Class A is Chisholm High School. Would the captains come forward to receive the championship trophy for this tournament? Congratulations to both of our finalists and to all the teams that made this another outstanding tournament.
Did they ever? And bear in mind, this team trailed at halftime by 2, 38-36, became roaring back with that big 14-point run in the fourth quarter, and that did the deed. Congratulations to the Chisholm Blue Streaks, 77-61 winners over Westbrook Walnut Grove Chargers. Chisholm takes home the 1991 Class A Boys Basketball Championship Trophy. Stay with us. The state tournament continues from the St. Paul Civic Center after these words. Civic Center, our TCF Bank's play of the game, and it's a good one, Billy McKinney, that really ignited a run for Chisholm in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. This is part of a play that set up a 14-0 run by the by the Blue Streaks, which enabled them to go on to a 16-point lead. It was made by Joe McDonald, the scoring machine.
Yes, sir. That's our play of the game, and get another look at it right in your living room here. It's a tough shot.
Yes, coast-to-coast drive. Good pump fake and 2 points.
And over the man. That's our TCF Bank play of the game. And Janet Carvin, and our player of the game for the Minnesota Dairy Promotion Council American Dairy Association. A guy you saw right there who finished with a sensational game, Joel McDonald of Chisholm.
Well, a sensational game, a sensational season, and a sensational career. He only had 30 today. He averages 40, but he has led the way, and by being the offensive threat that he is, He draws so many of the defenders to him that enables his teammates to come through when needed too. But he does many things well. He's a great passer. He knows the game, and we all had the pleasure of watching him in this state tournament.
30 points today, 86 points in the tournament for Joel McDonald, our player of the game. 77-61, Chisholm, the winner in the Class A title game. And if you're going to be the coach's kid, you better be a good basketball player up in Chisholm, and he certainly is. The coach, incidentally, is Bob McDonald. He's won his 3rd Class A title at Chisholm, and he's standing by now, the victorious championship coach with Jim Gilliland. Jim?
Well, we've got some of his key ingredients, if you will, to the Class A championship. We'll start with son Joel here on my right. And, you know, there's been a lot of attention individually this year, but you've said to anybody who's asked you specifically that the ultimate goal would be if your team could do it, you got to be really thrilled, Joel.
That's true. This is what it's all about. This is what we dreamed about since the beginning of the year and even last year. Actually, even when we were little kids, but for the team to get down here and win this one was real special and real exciting.
You also came in as maybe the favorite. That's a tough role when the media kind of descends on you starting on Wednesday. How did you deal with that? Did it affect you early, but you seem to get stronger?
I think it may have earlier, but in the first game, a lot of people projected us maybe even in the championship game before we even started playing, and that might have had a little bit to do with the way we played the first night. But coming into the second game and today's game, we had a lot of composure and a lot of confidence. That's what pulled us through.
Okay, Ted Kreis, no small contributor to this championship. You had not your best offensive game in the opener. Were you determined to come back since then? I guess it was 60 points in the last 2 games. That's really something.
I don't know. I guess that my first night, I was a little shaky. I just wanted to come down here and help my team win the tournament, and I don't care if it was 2 points or whatever. I just wanted to contribute my part, and we did it.
Your first words when you came over here after leaving the awards ceremony was, "I can't believe it." It's starting to soak in a little bit, or what are your thoughts?
I think it's probably going to hit me when I'm lying in bed tonight. Right now, I just feel great. I can't express what I'm feeling right now. It's just, this is great.
Let's bring in the coach, Bob. I know you were having a little bit of trouble there concealing some of the emotion on the sideline. You had a long and great career, but to have your last child play in a situation like this got to be unbelievable.
It is. It goes from fantasy to ecstasy, I guess, and that's where it's at. You know, you come into this thing and it's a monster, kind of a beast to contend with, and I think it was for Joe and for Ted, because we felt we had to do something down here. You don't want to be embarrassed, but you know, you fantasize a little bit about possibly doing things, but that's not realistic at all. And then when it comes off like this, it's just sheer heaven.
You knew that Westbrook Walnut Grove liked to play up-tempo. What kind of a game did you think it would be, and did you get what you expected?
I thought that it was an even-up shot today, really. And sometimes when you look at the type of game they're capable of playing, you probably give them the edge, and then after it levels off a little bit and we start boarding a little bit better, then it becomes even again. And I think it was a game of little mental surges in a way as well as the physical part of it.
I imagine you've achieved most all your goals as a coach with this particular triumph. What are your thoughts about your career as you get a little retrospective?
Well, I've been graced with such good kids all through that I have no ill feelings about coaching. And my kids have all been fortunate to play with a wonderful bunch of kids that have had a lot of talent over the years and kind of made me what I am. So, you know, I have no ill feelings about coaching either, and many people I know do. But I think this is a culmination of a lot of hard work that on the kids' part, and I hope we continue with a few more of those.
All right, Bob McDonald, Joel McDonald, Ted Kreis, congratulations to the champions. They say it's a nasty night up there, and you might have to stay in town tonight, but I'm sure we wouldn't mind hosting for one more night the great champions from Chisholm, the Blue Streaks. Perry, back to you.
Well, thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Chisholm champions, Class A 1991. Back with more at the St. Paul Civic Center after this.